Hello everybody, I'm Zhang Xu. I'm glad to meet you today and continue to talk about my daily practice. First of all, I would like to thank you for your love my concept sketch and your support for my video. And I want to thank you my friends who give me some praise and comments through my homepage, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTuber, and Bilibili. Usually my work is busy, so my video update maybe is not fast. But your support has given me great motivation to continue to share some personal experience with you. I received many friends' questions about what tools I usually use in my daily practice and work. In today's video, let's talk about some content and experience of using tools. I hope it will be useful to you. I usually use traditional painting tools and software in my daily practice and work. In addition to traditional hand drawing, 2D and 3D software tools are often used. It is very useful to practice in different ways. Even in the actual work production, the skills and inspiration accumulated through daily practice will bring me a lot of benefits. For example, my work focused on the art direction of Ubisoft AAA games. In the development of games, these tools and practice experience have helped me greatly improve my work efficiency and provide continuous creative inspiration. You can see it on my personal website. I usually divided the exercises into categories. One is the themed exercise for the personal projects. Here I will think more about worldview design and extended storyline. In personal projects, you can build your own story and explore a new world. However, personal projects are not the focus on our discussion today. If you are interested, maybe we can talk about that part next time. Today we are mainly talk about daily practice. I usually carry out target classification training. For example, daily sketch and concept design sketch exercise, I will try different tools. Hand drawing and software are all good choice. At lunchtime, I like to draw in the sketchbook in the traditional way of hand drawing. Often use sketchbooks. It can save a lot of time. At the same time, you can accumulate a lot of good design ideas in the sketchbook. After having some inspiration of ideas, I will find some vacation or weekend time to study and using some software to continue my practice. So that's why you see there are different types and styles of exercise here. Traditional hand sketching can quickly reflect concepts and ideas. Using software can efficiently color and make texture and quickly get correct perspective and real light and shadow detail through 3D software. I will pay more attention to the shape and what is the concept I want to express. The design idea is deduced from simplicity to detail. Start with a simple shape, enter the overall structure, and finally go deep into the details. Always you can use real pen to familiarize yourself with the scales and the sensations in your hands. Yes, detail sometimes confuse us. We need to focus on the simple shape. It's very important things. Try to draw while extending the design and thinking about details. But we need to remember that details should not independent. After that, you can try relax yourself. And you can free yourself. At this time, you can try painting everything if you want. Explore and painting freely with your interesting and concept ideas. Now let's talk about some software I often use. As we all know, shape is an important element and visual language used in our painting and design. We can use some special function of the software to practice shapes. For example, we can use some software to help us make some shape and painting some quick shape. Alchemy and Photoshop is a good choice. You can use the pressure of Wacom hand painting the board to easily get the painting feel. In the Alchemy software, I can quickly draw some 2D shape and very quick idea. And the good thing is that you can focus on the shape. Also, you can use the Photoshop pen tool. It's very similar to the Alchemy software. In this way, you can use some simple sketch express your idea. Consider how to design and change shape from the simple 2D plane, and think about the relationship between function and shape. Usually the function will cause the shape to change, but sometimes the shape cannot fully follow the function. Actually, it's up to you what is your concept and what is your idea. In here, I will just show you a way. I believe you will painting better and better after some practice. Whether 2D software or 3D software, we can practice with similar ideas and practice mentions. Thinking about the 2D shape and the 3D structure will greatly help us learning and use 3D software. In the same way, we can also practice in the 3D software. For example, you also can use 3D software Blender, use some simple sketch and some simple shape expressions of idea. The difference is that we can turn a 2D plane shape into the 3D objects in the Blender. For example, in Blender, we can draw basic shape in exactly same way and quickly transform these interesting elements into the 3D dimensional space. When we have some 3D dimension shape and structure, we can quickly produce some 3D sketch model through some basic tools in the Blender software. Through the transformation from 2D to 3D, think about the change of the shape in the 3D space. Sometimes I draw some concept sketch first, select some interesting design, and continue to work in the next step. When we understand the shape and have an idea, we can quickly turn a plane into the basic 3D model through some small software. For example, I like use some simple functional software. Dust is a very good choice for me. Dust is very simple and easily to use a 2D to 3D software.
disaster. Digital disaster.
In terms of environmental conceptual design, in addition to the traditional painting mentions, I often use some software tools to help me quickly get some ideas and some good mentor. For example, SketchUp, Blender, 3D Code, ZBrush, Max, Maya, and many other software can help us. Choose which software mainly has your habits and interests. Many software can be created intuitively through PBR. There are many benefits in the workflow of introducing PBR in the conceptual design. We can quickly adjust some mentor we like, test the lighting of there some different atmosphere, and adjust some lens. For example, in Blender, I can freely move angle and position of the camera, and I can find some good composition in the very short time. I personally think that using some software tools at the appropriate stage can export a broad, creative version. It is easy and fast to find some suitable lens and compositions, and it can also intuitively change the lighting and shadow, which greatly help us improve our work efficiency. Especially by trying to adjust the desired light, it can greatly help me focus on the overall direction of art. Sometimes people's eyes naturally pay more attention to details and ignore some big things. Therefore, using some software tools can help me more clearly find what I want to focus on. At the same time, my creative style will come more free. This way make me pay more attention to the creative content, narrative, expression, and overall art direction. You can see that in the progress of creation, I can quickly get the variety of the different compositions. I can also change the any camera angle if I want to try. In this quick test, I will find some my favorites as the basis for paintover. Finally, I will complete the final conceptual art of this concept. Of course, I am also happy to keep the traditional way of creation, start from the earliest concept sketch and continue to explore the same thing. I will think about different atmosphere and different color theme things, including what kind of mood I want to audience to feel here. Then I will use some software tools to quickly establish some sketch model and rough environment layout. The purpose of doing this is to better enable myself and other people to understand and what is my intention. Actually, you can think about the placeholder in here. And in this step, I will quickly test some material and some interested lighting and shadow and some layout. Anytime you can try some, feel free to think about some content and some concept idea in here. In Blender, the real-time light rendering allows me to test the effects at the first time and check my design intention. I can easily change the terrain and the layout, the proportion of the buildings, the intensity and the position of the lights, and quickly test the result. Of course, the concentration of the atmosphere can also be easily changed, and by testing the camera of different positions, you will eventually find some good shots. Finally, I will continue to polish and painting based on these learns. And sometimes I also used some animation tools and game engine to test conceptual design and some ideas. Like the traditional practice method, I will first focus on the design of the shape, add some basic shadow and lights. Also, we can add some contents of the environment step by step. Test some interesting animation and shots, including VFX, which are all things I like to think about. And also, I like to test my conceptual design in the game engine, and I usually use the Unreal Engine to test my concept art. Since my job is to do game environment, so use the actual gameplay to test the conceptual design. It can greatly help me think about some problem I may encounter in game development. Actually, when designing environment layout and the visual elements, more consideration should be given to gameplay. In recent years, with the development of software tools, use procedural tools to create the world is a good way. You can find this concept art in my ArtStation gallery. In fact, it is my first practice of using procedural tools to create terrain. When I draw concept sketch, I will consider the establishment and the reuse of kit. So many software can help us to create the terrain, for example, word crate, word machine, and Houdini or something. Of course, we can use the tools in the game engine to draw the terrain directly. In my exercise, I mainly use the word grid to build terrain because its procedural tools adjust the terrain more quickly and create the detail if I want. Using procedural tools, we can also quickly build a huge city. Some software such as Houdini, Blender, and Cinema 4D are good tools. In the conceptual design, I will consider the shape of this construction group, and the logic, and the position, and the color. The change of the terrain will directly affect the detail of the building formation. So in the earlier design of the kit element, we need to think more about the recipe. Change the angle of the light to get quickly test the results. In the stage of the conceptual design, these tools have greatly helped me improve my work efficiency and expert my design ideas. Through these tools, I can quickly get a lot of creative shots and finally complete my conceptual design exercise. I hope this video can be useful to you. Your support and the prize are my biggest motivation. Thank you for your watching, and my friends, see you next time.